Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And today on the Hermitcraft server, let me tell you what we have got going on. It is spawners all around, and a pretty big space, I think, that I can turn into an actual really cool spawner hub. Not only that, that's the wrong button. Well, actually, that's the right button. Look at this. The specs on this computer are all different now. This is the first episode I've been able to record in 1080p 60 ever. I've had 1080p, and I've had 60 frames a second at 720p. But thanks to this new computer, I don't have to choose between the twos. I've got them both. We've got our new processor. We got our old graphics card working again. We are ready to make some Minecraft episodes at hundreds of frames a second. Yay. Whoa, I forgot I took my elytra off. Boo. Let's go ahead and put that back on. That's an occupational hazard. Now, other hazards around here, I found that this is actually a slime chunk. So occasionally there'll just be slimes popping through here we might have to beat up. But you know what? That's okay. You know? We can defend this turf, I think, against all manner of monsters. Now, I've gone through and I've realized that since this whole place is just riddled with catacombs and caverns anyway, as you can see, like right there, there's a mine shaft, there's a mine shaft, there's like mine shafts in every direction. If I just start rolling through with the pick and knocking things out, this place opens up very quickly. It is a quick pickle. A quick pickle do it, basically. And so, you know, that's kind of nice, because that way I don't have to, like, just mine through all the sheer stone forever, because it's like, oh, yeah, there's that next tunnel right there. Boom. And I'm deleting the torches. That hopefully won't go poorly for me later. Let's put another one on the wall. Oh, wait, I didn't think hard enough to actually, like, do that right. There, now we did it. Yay. Offhand torch. No, I didn't do it right. It's fine. We are gonna... what we lack in planning and execution, we will make up for with raw computing power today. Yes. First 1080p 60 Minecraft Hermitcraft video. I'm actually really excited. Okay. Let's hit some things with an iron pick until everyone else is excited too. No, that's probably not the best approach. Speaking of approaches, though, I realize that we have an approach from here back to our winery. There's a tunnel that goes basically straight there. But we didn't have a tunnel yet to our Tower of Hercules lighthouse. So I started trying to figure out, like, where's the nearest mine shaft that roughly goes that way? And that's this one. So I started pushing this a little bit further, and then I got tired of doing it 2 by 2, hands of blue. Then I started pushing it a little bit further, and then a long ways down here. If you can put up with me singing for a little bit, maybe we will see the shaft expand out here and open up, and then we will climb some scaffolding. I know it isn't very fast, but ender pearls, they're not the best. When you're striking scaffolds, it really will hurt your skull. You see that lava dripping there? Well, it's not the best, but it's fair, given that our tower is where we ringed a bunch of fire. Okay, so here's the cave that then connects up to here. Perfect. So we'll eventually connect these shafts correctly. And then what it'll do is it'll open up into this area here below the tower. And I'm really happy with how this has turned out in general. But what I realized is, as I started working on the diagonal ramp up the tower off camera, I realized I want to have that ramp actually continue down through here. And when we get the new nether materials, I want to actually build an entire kind of, like, under tower with, like, cool nether materials that'll, like, be the, like, mirror image of the tower above descending down. And I think that that'll be a really cool way to kind of, like, express the dual nature of the universe in Minecraft. So, like, this area down here representing the lava nether area. I mean, we'll get rid of this grass and stuff eventually, you know, But let me show you how this ramp turned out. I'm actually really proud of how this ramp turned out. But in the process of making this ramp, I actually found I had made an error with the... Oh yeah, I gotta crouch. I didn't want people falling in this hole, so I put it under the ramp. Later on, like I said, this will just go down. But yeah, take a look at this. I figured out a way to make the stripes on the outside communicate where the ramp on the inside is, just like the real Tower of Hercules. The original Roman lighthouse actually had these ramps on the outside, and the core of the lighthouse was about as wide as this, right? So, like, you would go up the ramps on the outside, which if it was raining and windy, you know, that's not fun. But it's pretty cool. In the process of doing this, though, I realized I hit a certain point up here, right there, where I realized that that lighthouse ramp shouldn't be clipping that lighthouse window. So why don't we ender pearl up there real quick, because I want to save myself some walking. And what happened was, apparently, instead of having a gap of 2 between this window here and this window here, like on all the other ones, I have a gap of 3. And I made the same mistake over on this side. These two faces are fine, but it ended up throwing the stripe off on the outside of the lighthouse. So I started doing some work to fix that stripe, but the work I started doing to make it look better actually makes it more obvious where it's broken. So I wanted it to be clear where I had made where the error started. So the error actually originally started here, but I fixed these two, and then I realized, oh no, I need to leave this so I can tell where the problem is. But as you can see, that's a gap of 3 there, instead of a gap of 2, and a gap of 2 again. So what I need to do is actually go in and fix the whole thing. And you might be like, Joe, isn't that a lot? Well, it is, but luckily all the scaffolding we need, we can provide with our string from our new spider farm. So, you know what? We are already creating a virtuous cycle of industry here on the Hermitcraft server. Oh yeah, you know what? While we are showing off the new computer, why don't we go ahead and fly back this way? Look at those berries in 1080p. It's like 1,080 berries. If it were 1080b. I don't know. Buzz, buzz. How far can I take this? About halfway to B-dubs, but now I'm out of rockets. We are back here facing Doc's base. Good news, everyone. He has not logged in yet. I frantically was working on getting this lighthouse built initially before he got back from his move. And then I thought, well, you know what? It's a good thing I got done early, so that gives me a chance to work on the inside. Found that big problem, and you know what I did? I absolutely fixed it. Look at this. Look at this. I have scaffolded this whole thing and gone through and restriped it and rebuilt all the windows exactly the way they should be. And you know what, though? I can't have Doc logging in and seeing all this ugly scaffolding, though. So here's what we are going to do now. Before he gets back... Boom. Ta-da! Perfect lighthouse. Take that, Doc M77. Actually, please enjoy it. I worked hard on this. I want it to be nice for you. Yay, now let's pick up a bunch of scaffolds. Time skip. We are arriving here at Casa 10B Crafted. Just kidding, it's XB Crafted. He doesn't believe in Roman numerals. And then again, you know, neither does the mathematical establishment these days. Everything's all gone to Arabic numerals, which I guess is more efficient, but, you know, that's fine. Why are we here? Because there's these book dudes. Yes, that's right, there are these book fellas who would like to trade us things for other things. Did I bring emeralds? No, I did not bring any emeralds. But it turns out XP Crafted has masons who will trade me emeralds for stone. And luckily, I have been cooking a lot of stone lately. So I figure I should be able to get enough emeralds from these masons that... Oh, that one's a farmer. That I should be able to get a enchantment for a pick that'll really let me dig out the area underneath my base where I've got that triple spawner complex going. I've already moved the beacon there off camera. I didn't think people would probably want to watch me like dig out a beacon for hours. People did anyway on the live stream, but you know, that's fine. Let's see, here we go. Look at this, we are already up to 41 emeralds. That is not bad at all. And once we clear up some of this space here... Oh, that's a lot. We should not let him walk away. I forgot these guys can just walk out, which is a hazard. Now, one thing you'll notice here is we also brought some books with us and some ink. Let's go ahead and hold on to some of these. But, okay, so now, at this point, oh no, I might have made too many of these. Some of these librarians will trade these for emeralds, if I'm not mistaken. Am I mistaken? Will none of these librarians trade these for emeralds? Have I terribly miscalculated this and just brought a bunch of things I did not need to bring? There's a guy. Hey, there we go. Emeralds, emeralds, all around. So many emeralds for me. Oh, I could have just traded some of that squid ink directly for emeralds, too, it looks like. But, you know, this seems like a fairly efficient way to do this. Because, you know, I'm getting rid of feathers, too, and I have way too many feathers. So, there we go. We can just run back here. Pick up these. And let's see if any of these other guys are going to look for... There we go. Here's another one. We are just getting a great rate on these. I am absolutely thrilled. Look at this. I came in, I've got more than a stack of emeralds already. That is not bad. So, let's see. Who's got what we need here? Silk Touch, Frostwalker. Not quite. Efficiency 4. Yes, please. That is the one for me. Is there an Unbreaking 3 as well in here somewhere? Or even just an Unbreaking 1? Or Mending? Mending. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a Mending book. That seems pretty reasonable. Multi-shot is not as helpful at the moment, but... Okay, I am feeling pretty good about this. Unbreaking 3 for 14. What do you know? I happen to have 14. So we managed to perfectly run out of emeralds to get the 3 books we need, Mending, Efficiency 4, and Unbreaking 3, to continue expanding the area near our spawners. Why don't we head back there now and get to work? Time skip! Our beacon is shining and glowing bright under the sea with a terrific light. And you know what? This pickaxe is also pretty alright. So check this out. All those books that we just picked up, we can just hew through this stone as though it were nothing. This is super simple. I should have got a Silk Touch pick. Now that I'm reflecting on this, I should have got a Silk Touch enchantment on here so that I could go trade more stone to those masons. But you know what? That's okay. I feel like we're probably not going to need too many more enchants to finish this out, because with Mending, you know, it's never been easier to just keep fixing the same pick and not break it accidentally all the time. So what I've been doing is I have been hewing through these stone kind of walls here that separates, there's like rows and rows of corridors and mine shafts all throughout, and every time I punch through one of those walls, this whole place just opens up a lot. Also, I've started coming through here with dirt and extending this corridor that we had set up for a Zombie Cleo initially into here. But I really want to cover this entire floor with dirt eventually. I think that's really going to make this space feel, I don't know, just more livable, more lovable. You know? Like, all this stone is just so cold and so harsh. And so getting some nice lush grass and, you know, lighting it with some maybe torches underneath bushes or something like that, I think that's really going to do quite a bit. Look at this. Who needs diamonds? Who needs diamonds to dig something out? All you need is a Haste 2 beacon and a Efficiency 4 iron pick, and you really get everything done you need. This is just absolutely wonderful. I am loving this. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and continue digging all this out, and we will be right back. Time skip. I don't know what y'all have been up to, but I have been busy here covering the ground with dirt, excavating this, extending this tunnel up toward the lighthouse this way, and I found some more diamonds that we need to cover with lava. You know, I figure the best way to do that is just to use an ender pearl to teleport to the top of the spider spawner and hope we don't fall through it, and then just like casually, you know, as one does, put lava on the diamonds. Wait, really? Do we need more lava? I know where to get more lava. Luckily, I have a scaffold for that. Hey, there's 2 more buckets of lava. Perfect. You know, I have been hard at work at figuring out what this space needs to look like. And Okay, that was almost falling through to the spiders. Didn't. So there we go. One more pile of diamonds. Now comfortably and cozily, completely covered in lava. Hey, why is it going out that way? That feels like it shouldn't go out that way. Is the water doing that somehow? Okay. I feel like maybe we lost... Maybe this kind of got away from us here. You know what? This is a water feature now. This is acceptable. Might as well get rid of these. They're not doing much. There we go. So, you know, we've got a lava fall to complement our agua tumble here. And I feel like that's just going to really pull the whole space together. So, you know, you're not going to see this in a Scar build. And that's what I'm really trying to do, is make sure that this feels like a Joe Hills build. Now, some other things that you might have noticed. I put in vines alongside some of these walls here, but this wall here doesn't have any yet. So we're going to go ahead and quickly remedy that. Just trying to put them in at uneven heights, just to kind of make sure it feels fresh. And we need to do those on all sides, really. So even though you can't see this side yet, we eventually will be able to, once I, like, dig out more of this here. You know, all of this is going to be continuously expanded. I want this space to feel like it grows over the course of the season, you know? If once a week I come in here and just spend like 20 minutes punching through walls and stuff, then over the course of the whole season, then the whole space will just feel better, you know? We're going to be doing a lot of bringing the Nether into the overworld, starting next week or so when the new Nether update comes out. So what I wanted to do now for this project is to bring a little bit of the overworld into the cave world, basically. The above ground into the below ground. And obviously we got started when we first started working on these tunnels here, which some of these are already done. Oh no, I left my bamboo in the spider thing. So luckily I've got a new chest system here, which is really helping me kind of keep track of my inventory. In the same way that I've been scattering bone meal here to really make the ground feel more organic, I want my chest and storage system to feel like it's something out of the movie Alien. When people think about chests, Alien is really where their mind goes. And so, you know, I want something that evokes that same, like, feeling. So I think, like, just kind of coming in here and, like, maybe anywhere I have a torch, just kind of putting a chest on top of it. That'll also give us, well, you know what, sometimes it could be beside it. Yeah, that'll work. But like this one, boom, on top. This is really going to also give us a novel lighting system, which once again, Cub fans videos don't have this sort of lighting system. It's an integrated lighting storage system that is pretty darn organic. Obviously the bones are calcium based, but the things that grow in the soil, they're all carbon based. So, you know, it's going to work. It's going to be organic. So, this is, I believe, a solid start to this space. I figure for this ramp here, I wanted to go at a low slope because this is such a long tunnel to get to the lighthouse that I really can't go wrong having it be, like, less, I don't know, aggressive in terms of stairs. But realistically, even this slope here that would work with slabs, I'm thinking I need to have it. Like, you know, we've got the haves and the have-nots, and I want to come in here, and I want this to go up at a 1/4 slope, really. Every 4 blocks over will go 1 up, and that is going to really unify. Like, I don't know. These spaces need to feel like they're not as separate, really. And by having this stairwell gradually cease to be a part of the room. Now, what I probably should do is also put, you know, a ton of dirt, which will then become grass, onto these stairs, and have this maybe just have a gently sloping hill that leads to the lighthouse. People associate lighthouses with elevation anyway, so, like, on a psychological level, I think that should be soothing to, you know, our instinctive animal brains. Now, I'm no fancy famous architect like Neil Breen, but, you know, I feel like I can occasionally do something that's just really gonna connect with people, and I gotta try, you know? If you don't put yourself out there, pushing yourself to make new and creative work, how are you gonna have a chance at accidentally achieving something great. I'm going to intentionally keep attempting things that I don't know if they're going to work. Because maybe that is a good way to find what will, you know? Now, presumably when artists do paintings where they do studies of the color blue, they're intentionally working toward creating something special that will include the color blue later. Or they might do a study in texture and just try a bunch of different things with a certain type of texture. But the next piece they apply blue or that texture to might not be the one that really kind of transcends the mundane, you know? But it might be one that they create 10 years from now. I don't know. But we gotta push ourselves and dare to dream. Because otherwise, we won't get there 10 years from now. I'm coming up... I just hit my, 9 years on YouTube this month, basically. And so in a year, that'll be 10 years on YouTube. Am I actually creating something sublime that transcends the mundane? No. But I'm creating something that brings some joy to people. And that's pretty good. That's pretty good for now. But, we won't get there. We won't get to that next big thing if we don't keep pushing ourselves. And so for right now, that means experimental storage systems that combine organic and inorganic and undead components. Look at this. We've got an entire chest full of undead components here. We could take these to a cleric and get emeralds. Those, have a market value. So, when you have something that you know has a market value, the temptation is always to maximize that market value. But we're not going to do that here. We're not just going to say, how can we most efficiently get the most, zombie fleshes out of this? We are not flash wolves. We are people. And people create art. And that's what I'm hoping to do here. It might not be called Mine Arts and Crafts because, they didn't want to be, in contention with the powerful legal Hobby Lobby. But, it's fine. Why is there no spiders actually... Spiders, come attack me. Is Etho or Wellscam hiding in the spawner? Are they trying to get to Etho? Etho, stay out of my spider spawner. I'm trying to kill the spiders so I can repair this pick so I can make a very gentle slope of arguable utility. Both artistically and along every other axis. But that's how we do. Okay. So, yeah, once we start covering this with grass and everything, this is going to be okay. It is funny how a 4-to-1 slope really does feel a lot gentler. But you don't see a lot of 4-to-1 slopes in Minecraft. It isn't done. But that's why we should do it, Well, this tunnel is not looking particularly exciting still, but there's only so much you can do in one episode. I did manage to wrap up this 4-to-1 ratio slope here. I think that this is just going to look a lot more organic and really help us accomplish our goals. I was able to clear out some significant gravel right here, but you know what? We are just out of time to get this completely knocked out today. So I am pretty happy with what we were able to do, though. Look at this. We got bamboo growing. We got chests floating. We got all sorts of things happening here, and I'm pretty happy with it. So, you might have noticed that this episode was mid-roll ad-free. That is thanks to $50 a month Patreon sponsor Kathleen Heath. In lieu of that mid-roll ad, I will now read a poem of my own devising. This one's entitled, Not Music. What is the difference between music and not music? Where is the gap between song and sound? Where is the space between rhythm and repetition? When are textures just trappings and rests just respites? Which structures must we shape and which may we suppose from our surroundings? Is a dirge without melody merely a eulogy? Do we weep without rhythm so we don't attract the damned? When our relentless laments don't strike up the band? When our notes have no pitch and we write and pass by hand? When the dynamics fall static and we're scattered on the moans? Or timbers take root above and cleave past our bones? What music was left us? And what have we left? What baseless ambitions will others recall? What fortes of ours drove friends up the wall? Why couldn't we measure more time with them all, laughing and singing well after nightfall? What's stopping us now? Where is our wherewithal? Why can't we make music from the soft cues around us? Why can't we shake our chains till the ringing unbounds us? Why can't we hear the earth and join in chanting with it? We can now. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.